Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Now, as we mark National No Smoking Month, we face a serious setback. 9.5 million new smokers, mostly the youth, started smoking from 2021 to 2023. Now, to help us understand the health, social, and environmental impacts of this crisis, we are joined via Zoom by Dr. Jessica Catalan Legarda, the Program Director for Smoking Cessation and Chairperson of the Advocacy Program at the Lung Center of the Philippines. Magandang umaga, Dr. Legarda. It's a beautiful day.
Magandang umaga, Paolo. It's a beautiful day.
Doc, let's start off first with that stat. 9.5 million new smokers from 2021 to 2023. When you take a look at the implications, the causes, what comes first in your mind po?
Yes, it really concerns us, especially the healthcare sector, because of the 9.5 million new smokers in 2023. Take note, Paolo, that almost 1 million dyan na new smokers and vapors are aged 10 to 19 years of age. Meaning, these are children and young teens who were initiated early into smoking and vaping. So years and months after, pag na-initiate na siya sa smoking and vaping, eventually, they will suffer early onset diseases, no? So pwedeng laging prone sila to develop respiratory infections. If they have asthma, pwedeng magkaroon ng frequent exacerbations and other early age onset diseases. So etong tinatawag natin, Paula, na younger generations who are supposed to be the our future, no? Pag-asa ng bayan. So makikita natin yung impact sa health natin. A younger generation, our future workforce na maagang magkakasakit. So napaka-alarming nito sa amin.
Doc, smoking prevalence from 14% in 2021 to 18% in 2023. When you talk about the causes of the reason why more and more people, especially the youth, are smoking, why is that? Is it just because of tobacco? Is it because vaping seems healthier, at least looking at it from the outside looking in and maybe not understanding all the health implications?
Yes, actually, it's a hot issue now. So I think one of the major reason in the increase in prevalence, I think it's due to the illicit trade of tobacco and tobacco products. So when you have illicit trade, no, maraming supply sa market, making it more affordable, 'di ba? And more accessible sa mga smokers and vapors natin, especially to the young adults. So I think that what we can do is we should strict or enforce stricter regulations, 'di ba? If we can stop illicit trade and increase the taxes of tobacco products, ito yung mga magandang move natin in reducing tobacco use.
What's your view on the increasing use of my e-cigarettes and vaping in general among people? Because it feels like it's a similar industry, feels like the same industry when it comes to smoking in general, but then there has been an increase of usage when it comes to that. What is the stand of, of you in the Lung Center of the Philippines?
Okay, e-vaping should not be viewed or used as a safer alternative. It is equally harmful as a cigarette smoking. So maraming mga contents, no? Harmful contents in a vape liquid also. And also, we are seeing mga acute diseases na brought about by vape. So we have this e-valley or e-cigarette vaping associated lung diseases. We were able to document diseases na as early sa mga bata, no? So very equally harmful ang vape with cigarette smoke.
There is a misconception that it is the quote-unquote safer alternative. And when you have people thinking that way, siguro what is the biggest myth that you have to debunk? I know you mentioned a while ago na it is just as dangerous. Pero when people look at it and see that there is a certain lack of, the tobacco, they feel it is a safer alternative. So when you look at all of that together, what are the key myths na kailangan i-bust?
Okay, so remember that vape or cigarettes are equally harmful as cigarette, no? So remember na ang vape, may usok din yan. So any usok ay nakakasama sa katawan ng tao. So yun lang dapat yung iisipin nila, no? So usually yan, nakikreate nila na akala nila mabango, masarap sa pakiramdam. But the bad effects of vape, no? It's very harmful to health.
When we take a look at the role of mga LGU, mga schools in terms of education, especially for the younger sector, considering there are so many different ways to approach tobacco, e-cigarettes, vaping, also, and of course, yung efforts from the Lung Center, especially for this month in particular, just how big is the role of educating the masses, the youth, when it comes to the dangers of all of this?
I think it's very important to educate the general public, and especially yung mga smokers natin and vapers, about the dangers of cigarette smoke and vape. So, of course, aside from educating these people or the general public, kailangan mag-enforce din tayo ng strict regulations, no? The local government should enforce strict regulations on prohibiting smoking and vaping in public areas, sa school,
Mhm.
sa offices, yeah, public terminals and transportations. And mas maganda nga yan sa community, Paulo, i-ban din yung e-cigarette.
Yeah.
Okay? So sa school naman, pwedeng i-enforce yung mga strict measures on banning e-cigarette and vapes in school premises, di ba? And actually, sinasuggest namin sa mga schools to include yung sa curriculum nila yung dangers of smoking and vaping.
Mhm.
So para of course, malaman ng mga estudyante na very bad ito sa health nila.
There are calls to raise the legal age of vape use to 25. There are also calls for increased policies and legislative measures when it comes to regulating or even banning certain materials in certain places. You mentioned schools a while ago. What do you feel are the measures that need to be taken more seriously by our legislation to try and encourage a healthier lifestyle, especially when it comes to the issue of smoking, either tobacco, e-cigarettes, or vaping?
Okay, so children and young adults should not be allowed access to e-cigarette and vape. So based on studies, Paolo, children who are initiated early into vaping at a younger age become cigarette smokers, no, during their adult years. So eventually, they become cigarette smokers din pagtanda nila, and worse, nagiging dual users pa. So cigarette and vape. So I think the schools and the local government should enforce stricter regulations to younger generations, yung paggamit ng or access to e-cigarette and vapes. Also, what we can do is to impose penalties, no? To those who violate. Kasi actually pag nahuli ka, no, nag-violate ka, mababa lang naman yung fine. So maybe we can increase the amount of sanction or fine para talagang mag-abide. Okay? And I agree to increasing the legal age of access to vape from 18, currently it's 18 years old, to 21 or higher.
Well, Doc, we wish we had more time. To be honest, we could have a whole podcast on this issue kasi grabe, there are so many bases to cover. But we appreciate the time here. For those who want to reach out and of course find out more about yung mga programs po ninyo, especially when it comes to anti-smoking, anti-vaping, and anti-e-cigarettes, where can they reach out to find out what the Lung Center is doing?
Okay, the Quitline 1558 is a toll-free nationwide service providing help and assistance to smokers and vapers who want to quit smoking or vaping. So it has been operational since 2017, and it has helped more than 1,000 of smokers and vapers in their quit journey. So it's one of the major flagship program of the Lung Center of the Philippines. So I want to tell na it's never too late to quit. So whenever you're ready, just dial 1558.
Thank you so much. She's the Program Director for Smoking Cessation and Chairperson of the Advocacy Program at the Lung Center of the Philippines, Dr. Jessica Catalan Legarda. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining us on It's a Beautiful Day.
Thank you, Paolo.